Hey everybody, and welcome to a new series in Planet Coaster. Today, we are beginning the pre-creation of Steelers Country coming to Kennywood for next year. This was announced a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It was announced relatively soon ago, but not like yesterday. But yeah, so I'm sure many of you know about it, and if you don't, it is a new Pittsburgh Steelers themed area coming to Kennywood. As Kennywood is located right near Pittsburgh, and in Pittsburgh they love their Steelers, as they don't really have any other big sports teams other than the Penguins, I don't think. But yeah, they love their Steelers there, and they're making a whole new area themed around the Steelers and to football. And the main, the signature of the area is going to be the Steel Curtain, which is this new S&S, I guess you would just call it a looping sit-down ride. I mean, it looks fun. I know it's gotten a lot of hate because they're like, oh, why'd they pick S&S when they could get like Premier or something? But I like it. Obviously I haven't ridden it or anything, but I like that they went with S&S, which is debatable, which some people can disagree with. I think that for S&S, this is like a proving point. Like, this is their shot to show people that, you know, they can compete with B&M and Intamin and all these other companies that are big names and are often called to make rides, also like with Vekoma and Mac. But I know it's gotten a lot of hate because it's like, oh, it's an S&S, and also especially with the last two S&S main rides being Gale Force, which got completely retracked, and Merlin's Mayhem was also an S&S, and that opened a year late. So while they might have been struggling, which was some people questioning Kennywood for choosing them, like I said before, I think it's an opportunity for S&S to like put themselves on the map for other theme parks for enthusiasts, and I think that this is a chance for them. So this ride will break, I think, 3 records. I know it's breaking the record for the tallest inversion, as it's going to have like a 195-foot fake-out inverting drop or something like that. That was the first element I made. And it's also going to feature 9 inversions, which will break the record for the most inversions on a ride in the US, which is great, as the 7 inversion has just been sitting around for a while and hasn't really been touched at all. But I think it's good. While S&S might not have been the best decision, like I said before, I think it's an opportunity, and if S&S does well, this will really put them on the map, and it'll, you know, then it'll increase their marketing. It'll show people what they can really do. Kind of like what Vekoma has been doing since, you know, they were considered so terribly. Then they made their new track design, and they've done a bunch of their little mini launch coasters, like the one at Energylandia and Lek Coaster, which supposedly is phenomenal. So yeah, I think I said this, a chance for S&S. But in overall, I think the ride looks great. It's very unique. It has a lot of inversions, but also has other features. And I like the interaction it has with the path, like the main element, or no, not the main element. But so there's one part where there's an airtime hill, and then right under the airtime hill is a Top Gun stall, and that is going like right over the path, which is where the entrance to the land is, which I think is super cool, because I can just imagine walking into this brand new land and just seeing the seeing riders upside down, literally straight above you, like with really nothing protecting you. I'm sure there'll be a net or something just for safety, but I still think it'd be really stinking cool, and I hope to get out here next year. While it is not, in terms of like comparison to other parks, it doesn't seem that far. Obviously, like going to Texas or California is way farther, but this is, for me, living in Jersey, this is relatively close, being in Pittsburgh. So yeah, I'm looking to hopefully get out to ride it next year. But yeah, overall, I think I'm a fan, and also being a huge fan of football, that's what really inspired me for this project. This is This is taking the spot of where our Jurassic World Evolution Let's Play was. Once this is all wrapped up, which I hope won't take too long, as the land isn't really big, and other than this ride, it's just a bunch of shops and other, other restaurants and shops, and I already said shops. Restaurants, and I think there's like a little kids play area, I think. But yeah, overall, I'm a fan. I think it is going to be pretty stinking cool. And also, like I said, being a football fan, it really inspired me to go and make this. So yeah, like I said before, it's taking the spot of the Jurassic World Evolution, and as soon as this wraps up, which hopefully won't take too long, I plan to put the Jurassic World Evolution sandbox back on bring Jurassic World Evolution back on the channel in the form of the sandbox mode, which I am actively playing through every now and then, just unlocking everything. And as of when I'm recording this, I think I'm about to get 5 stars on Isla, which island is it? It's Kennywood, that's the one. I'm about to get 5 stars on that. Like, I'm at 4.7 or 8 stars or something like that. Like, I'm really close. So that is good. And originally I was gonna do a vintage pier, similar to what Mass Bandit is doing with his Surfside Pleasure Pier. I was gonna do that, and then I really never got around to it since I've been a little busy lately. I actually wanted this to come out a week before, but like I said, I was busy, couldn't get it out. But with the pier, I was gonna make it since I thought, oh, that would be a very quick, easy thing to do. But then this got announced, and I was like, I want to make this a pretty coaster. Like I said, being a huge fan of football, and this ride being so unique and weird in its own special way, I just thought it'd be really cool to make. And like, obviously, my biggest inspiration for the pre-creation was Oprah Chur, I think that's how you say it. He did a pre-creation for Phoenix last year, and that it was really inspiring to me because, you know, like, Phoenix looking great. He made it all, and yeah, that was really the biggest inspiration for me in that terms. But so, this ride took a while for me to make. While it is a bit of a bigger ride, like it has a lot of track to it, I feel like it took me longer than usual. Normally I can get a ride pretty quickly and smooth out decently fast, but for this, it just took me a while. Now, my computer, during these first 2 clips where I'm smoothing and really making the ride, it was really laggy. And like, normally, like, sometimes it's laggy to start off. As I've said in the past, I don't have a great computer. I'm actually saving up to get a new one. But you can't really tell from this, and it's sped up, but it was really laggy. And sometimes when I start it up, it is laggy, but eventually it usually pans out and evens out. So it's like pretty decent frames in my opinion. And it's workable. But this, I mean, it was still workable, but obviously it's harder because it was laggy, bad FPS. So as I was building this, I'm smoothing it out here, and really at the top right, you can kind of see the statistics. And really, the biggest issue with this is that it was going too stinking fast. So because of Planet Coaster limits, I wanted to use this track type because it's pretty close to, it's one of the closest tracks we have to the actual ride. The ride is this like kind of weird track in my opinion. I mean, it's kind of like, it looks kind of like Vekoma track, and the closest track to Vekoma in the game is this track. So I'm using that. But yeah, the biggest problem with this was that the track was because of the limitation. I'll get back to what I'm saying. All right, I got it now. I had to use a launch slope since this ride does have a lift hill, but it's a vertical, and it's that type of lift that goes upside down when you do it, kind of like I think it's Abismo at is it Parque de Tracciones in Madrid? I know it's in Madrid. I don't know exactly which one. But yeah, it's like that where it's you know, you go up the vertical lift, then you go upside down a little bit, and then you fall into like a little inversion, and you dive into the rest of the ride happens. So I couldn't do a lift, so I had to use the launch, which actually goes faster than the actual lift, at least I'm guessing, since the slowest I could go for the launch is 20 miles an hour. I'm guessing the lift is not going to go 20 miles an hour. So that was the first issue. So it was going too fast, which meant more G's were pulled, which meant it was nauseous and scary to the guests. I don't know how this is really scary. I mean, I'd find it fun. But yeah, it wasn't getting great ratings, and the G-forces, like, on some hills are going so fast, like ejector airtime hills, you were getting like -5 G. Like the first airtime hill that's in the background right now, like after the banana roll, people were pulling like -5 Gs, and I was like, holy shoot, that's probably not safe. So as you saw before, I actually made the the sea serpent roll a little taller, because it went from like an inversion being like almost 200 feet tall to 130 feet tall, which is a big difference. But then it went from being like 130 feet tall to like 70, and it was very, very short, and it was very fast going through the actual inversion. Oh my god. So that was the big issue. It was going too fast, too many G's. So I made several adjustments. As I said before, I upped the height of the sea serpent roll, and I also added trims multiple times throughout the ride, which made it better. I mean, you're pulling some decent G's still, like the G's are still getting up to like 4, at some points maybe even 5 G's, which is a lot. It is, but I'm not really trying to make this I'm not going to make this like, oh, it has to be perfect G-forces and stuff like that. I mean, it's okay. Also, this banana roll was kind of, I've never made a banana roll before, and like I've never really seen them other than on, I think it's Takabisha. Yeah, it's Takabisha, that's it. Other than Takabisha in, I think it's Fuji-Q in Japan. I haven't seen a banana roll on any other coaster in the world. I know there's one coming to Jersey in the next year, which I'm super pumped for. But yeah. So I had trouble with that. That was kind of weird, and I had to bank that a little more. But yeah, I think it's in this clip where I add trims throughout the entire thing. Yeah. But yeah, I had trims at the top after the drop, I believe. Yeah, I added after the drop, as I'm doing right now. Then I add it at the bottom of the first drop, and then I add it after the banana roll going into the sea serpent roll, I think. Yeah, how about that? Alright. So overall that made it a lot better. And I like the way it came out. It, in my opinion, is relatively smooth. I do have a POV at the end. You guys can check out. But yeah, I like the way it turned out. Next episode, I'll get to like custom supporting, and because the supports on this thing, if you've seen it, they are weird. It's not traditional supports at all. It's very like, I don't know why, but some of this ride feels like it's like from Togo, because like, especially like this dive loop here, the supports for that is there's like a box. It's like a box that surrounds the track, and the track just basically goes from one side of the box at the bottom to the right side, and then to upside down, and it just moves throughout the box, which I guess is cool. I don't know. I mean, I haven't ridden a Togo before, which thank God I haven't, otherwise I might be dead. But yeah, the POV is coming up right now, so I hope you enjoy that. That also means that the episode is over, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are looking forward to more Steel Curtain and Steelers Country content in the future, feel free to subscribe and hit that like button. And if you like what we do on the channel, like I just said, consider subscribing. It really helps out and gives me more motivation to do more stuff like this. And if you have any thoughts or suggestions or anything you want to say about the ride or anything I should do, recommendations for what I should build for some of the parts of the area, leave it in the comment section below, or you can add me on Twitter or message me in my Discord. Links to those are in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.